to feel how smooth that is.
It's like a slide.
It slides, right? Because your blood cells are supposed to slide through your arteries. This is the way your aorta looks when you're in your teens. This is the way your aorta looks if you spend your life making bad choices. I don't know if you can visually see how dramatic that is.
Do you want me to hold this one up next?
I'm going to have you feel this first, because I want you to tell everyone what you feel.
Oh, it's really, really bumpy and rough.
These are fatty deposits that build up over time. And if you think you're immune from this because you're too young, think again. So hold this for me.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all see the difference?
I do agree that there is stigma that I have to deal with because I am fat, but I'm actually really in celebration of my body. I find beauty in diversity. I think we come in all shapes and sizes. And the assumption that we've dealt with a lot on this show is that just because you're obese, you must overeat. You must have an eating disorder. I know that not to be the case. I know you can have a healthy relationship.
Now, Mimi, you say this is misleading. Go have at it a little bit.
Well, I certainly think that we all want to feel good about ourselves. That's understandable. I don't think people should feel demeaned by their size. And I also couldn't agree more with the message of daily exercise. No matter what size you are, you'll certainly benefit from daily exercise. You can't be healthy without that. But then let's talk about where we disagree. Look, if you want to feel good about yourself, it's impossible to feel good about yourself when you're doing something that's self-destructive. Also, self-destructive behaviors that result in damage or debilitation or even disfigurement to the body, that's never going to be perceived as beautiful.
The thing is that I think that the HAES approach, the health at every size approach, has been documented to work. And it's been documented to work year after year.
What do you mean work? What do you mean work? Because a health at every size is a lie. If you starve yourself into damage, that's unhealthy. Or if you eat yourself into damage, that's not healthy.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
That's just not.
Here,
that's not true.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
That's like saying that.
Weight
let's
being
say you were a smoker.
self-destructive.
Let's say you're a smoker and have black lungs, and you try to say that's healthy because you don't have cancer yet. We know that it is actually factual that obesity is dangerous, and it's connected to cancer, stroke, Alzheimer's. We even know it's connected to an increase in birth defects. So there's nothing left to debate.
Mimi?
It's not beautiful. It's not healthy.
I think you need to separate the idea of weight from healthy behavior.
We're going to look at organs. We're going to go to our anatomy lab. And Alicia, thanks for helping me out. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
So the first thing I have to ask you, have you ever held a heart?
No.
Have you ever held a liver?
Nope.
Okay. You willing to with me today?
Okay, just
All
for
right.
you though.
What I'm going to do, I think these are the small girls. I'm going to have you put those on.
Okay.
And we're going to sequentially look at what too much belly fat does to your body, because the way the fat affects your internal organs and the things you can't see is what I want to show everyone right now. So first and foremost, do you know what that is?
Nope.
I'm going to pick it
How
up
do you
and
want
show
me
you
to
how
hold
it,
it?
how it
Okay.
looks in the human
Yes.
body. Okay, so, like so. Anyone know what this is? You guys are getting good. I'm like, when it's fat.
It's the simple answer.
So this is called your omentum. And think of the omentum, hold that for me and show it to everyone. The omentum, in a way, is the apron, and it covers your internal organs. This is visceral fat. This is the fat that, as you're putting on more and more weight, it goes and stores itself here. And this is where all those reactions begin, the pro-inflammatory process that can lead to heart disease, diabetes, and so many other ailments. So that's your omentum. Lesson number one.
Australia's obesity epidemic is about to get worse.
The country's battle of the bulge. More than 60% of Aussies are obese.
Australia will be in the grip of an obesity epidemic.
We are still putting on weight.
Hi, my name's Kath Reid. I'm a fat activist in Brisbane. I blog at Fat Heifer Lump, where I've been blogging for about 5 years. And it's my goal to change the way people think about fatness. I always thought I was fat. One of my earliest memories, I was called fat. I've always been called fat. And I believed that the worst thing a person could possibly be was fat. Through my teens and 20s and early 30s, I just battled it in every single way I could. You name the diet, I was on it. You name the weight loss plan, I was on it. I believed that I couldn't do anything in life that was good until I was thin. I couldn't have any form of success, couldn't have a good job, couldn't have a loving relationship, couldn't be happy in any way. So I didn't try.
How does that play into your heart? But hold this heart for me. This is the healthy human heart. It should be about the size of your fist. Just feel that. This is the heart of someone who took care of themselves. They were fit throughout their lives. They did not have high blood pressure. They weren't dealing with abdominal obesity. Hold this one for me.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'll hold that one up next to it just to show. But feel how heavy that is.
Wow.
So do you all see this?
Should I open it?
Yeah, open it and show people. Show people how big. This is not a muscle you want to be this big. Compare the size of that heart chamber to this one. You see the size? This muscle here is probably triple the size of what it should be.
That's crazy. I don't know.
And that's someone who suffered from congestive heart failure. But this isn't it. It affects other things.
I haven't always been fat. I was actually a regular sized little girl, and when I was 17 I was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Since then, taking insulin and treating my diabetes regularly, I slowly became fatter and fatter. When I began to gain weight, I was a little worried, my mother was a little worried, but as time went on, I became okay with being fat. Fat acceptance is the radical notion that fat people are human beings and deserve respect.
I discovered fat acceptance probably about 6 years ago. I think it was on Twitter that somebody must have retweeted an article. And as per anything on the internet, you read one and the vortex gets you, and you read the next thing and the next thing. It was kind of like a light bulb went on, and that was when I started to think that perhaps it could apply to me.
You know what that is?
A liver?
Yes, indeed. Your liver does so many things. It filters your blood. It really does have so many functions that are important to life. Now pick that one up. I'm going to hold the healthy one next to it. Believe it or not, most people think of liver disease as resulting from hepatitis infection or alcoholic liver disease, but you can develop fatty liver disease as well. Wow. And this is the end result. You feel all those nodules. Do you feel that?
Yeah, it feels like a pebble path.
And so this is when you get to the point where you develop something called cirrhosis, and your liver becomes extremely fibrous. Blood can no longer flow through it without getting obstructed. It can't perform its functions. So now, if you develop liver disease, you've got a heart that can't pump appropriately, you've got a liver that can't filter your blood through it appropriately, and let me show you one more thing.
I'm Sarah Harry and I specialise in body image, and I also teach curvy yoga. Fantastic. When I tell people that I'm a yoga teacher, I usually get an interesting reaction. Sometimes people think that I'm joking, which is funny and a bit awkward, because I think they expect a yoga teacher to be a certain way, very small and lithe and flexible. And I'm very flexible, but I'm not small or lithe.
On the next inhale, come up, bring your hands to your heart.
I think the problem with aligning exercise and weight loss is that then we put a whole lot of pressure on the only benefit for exercise is a way to lose weight, whereas the benefits of exercise are so enormous. So I think we're doing exercise a great disservice in only making it about weight loss.
Tell me if I've got too much of the image.
Oh, it looks great.
There are many reasons for why someone might be living in a fat body. For some people, that's just genetics, and they're leading very healthy lifestyles, eating good quantities that are appropriate to nourish their bodies. And to try to judge somebody by their weight will give you a lot of misinformation.
One of the main things that I find is that I'm under constant surveillance.
Tie your shoe right now, tie your shoe.
By people. That happened before I dyed my hair pink.
I'm going to walk by you. I want you to move along the far wall to your left. In 4, 3, 2, 1, stand.
Dark colours, not wear anything that was visible. It was before I had tattoos, and people would kind of, even then, still sort of make a comment about the fatty, you know.
People judge me for my weight all the time. I go out in public, people will give my husband and I looks. We take up a lot of space when we walk down the road holding hands on a footpath.
Okay.
Even getting blood to your liver can be difficult because I'm going to show you what happens in your aorta. This, everyone, is an aorta that has been opened up, okay? So think of the aorta is usually obviously closed, like so, right? And then we just opened it up. Everyone see at home and in the audience how smooth that is? I want you, Alicia, to feel how smooth that is.
It's like a slide.
It slides, right? Because your blood cells are supposed to slide through your arteries. This is the way your aorta looks when you're in your teens. This is the way your aorta looks if you spend your life making bad choices. I don't know if you can visually see how dramatic that is.
Do you want me to hold this one up next?
I'm going to have you feel this first, because I want you to tell everyone what you feel.
Oh, it's really, really bumpy and rough.
These are fatty deposits that build up over time. And if you think you're immune from this because you're too young, think again. So hold this for me.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all see the difference?